Good morning. I'm a hot mess here, so, I'm going to use the YSL primer. This is a silicone-based primer, but it doesn't feel, oily. Like most silicone primers, when you first, when you first put them on, it does have that sort of oily feeling to it, but after it dries down, you don't even notice it. It's very silky, and it really does help blur the pores and imperfections and lines, fine lines, not deep ones like this. We're gonna need a putty for that one. It was recommended by Reese, so I'm gonna give her credit there. And we are going to use the Patrick Ta Major Skin Hydrolux Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation, and that is a mouthful. This is a very beautiful, glowy foundation. I love it. There are mixed reviews. Some people think that it feels fine on their skin, while some people feel that it's a little oily feeling. I don't. I have fairly balanced normal skin, so I can't say what it would feel like on someone with oily skin or combo skin. However, I will say this. If you do find that it feels a little, oily or whatever it is some people are saying, and it's really got good reviews for the most part, all you gotta do is put a little powder on that area and you should be completely fine. All right, we're gonna use Givenchy concealer. It's very lightweight. It's not a full coverage concealer, which if you are, say in your late 30s or over 40, you definitely want to use something that's not really full coverage, because it's gonna settle in your lines. I don't think, unless you wanna spend thousands on thousands on thousands of dollars on facial procedures and injections, and even then, you're still not gonna look like you're 20. Unfortunately, we cannot turn back the hands of time. It just is what it is. All right, when it comes to powdering the under eyes, we want to be really careful with that, because it can get disastrous real quickly. I suggest taking a big fluffy eyeshadow brush. This one is very big. It's just an Amazon brush. In the mornings, I have issues with my sinuses. I'm either stuffy or runny or both. So normally I would use the Givenchy powder because it is so finely milled and it's so silky, but it's also so empty. There is a little bit in here, and that's about all I really need. So we're gonna put it in our brush and then tap it off, and we're just going to lightly graze over the under eyes. And we don't want to go up too high in those creases, right? We just want to set it very lightly. I was gifted these products, but it's not a sponsored video or anything. I have to say that. So these are from e.l.f. This is the brow lamination gel, and of course their brow pencil. I did a little brief short on here on YouTube, sorry, the pencil and what my thoughts were on that. I'm not a huge fan, because I don't like, number one, I don't like the size of that tip. So I make do with this. And a lot of times I don't even use a brow pencil. This one is in taupe, and it's a really good match. It's difficult for me to find the perfect match for my brows, but somehow we've done it with e.l.f. Filling in a few of the little sparse areas. So this is what it looks like. It looks goopy, yes, but it's like maybe $10, $8-10 for this. And it really holds the brows, but it doesn't get dry and crunchy. It doesn't leave like white, flaky, dandruffy looking stuff in your brows. Gelish, but it's also gluish, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Probably not, but I like it. I really, really like it a lot. I'm a weird one. Mr. Grinch, well, doesn't go like that, does it? But I am. Use a little, it's almost empty, a little Natasha Denona High Glam concealer. And it's, you know, pretty good coverage, and it just really makes your eyeshadow last longer. Okay, I'm like stuck in the, not stuck in a loop, but I'm stuck in the light. So I'm gonna carve out my brows just a little bit, just to give them a little more shape and just make them look a little better, a little neater. I have 2 new eyeshadow palettes, sorry, got all up in your grill. And they are the Scorpio palette from Jeffree Star and Gold Blooded, okay? And I'm gonna show you what they look like. They're pretty. The lighting is so off right now, but it's got quite a variety in a rather small, to me, palette, especially compared to this one. This one's really cool. Look at this little latch, it's a scorpion, kind of cool. It's like his tail. This one, talk about a variety of shades. And they are wonderful. These are stunning. Thinking greens today, I don't know. I'm gonna start off with, I don't wanna blind you. We're gonna start off with this shade right here, kind of in the transition area. And I'm gonna use, this is the #1 from Rephr. In case anybody cares, I don't know how to hold this so that you can see me, because the lighting is so, it's coming in here bad. I should have started this a little later in the day when the sun was up a little bit more, because as it is right now, I don't know what time it is, but it is not quite coming into the windows the way I'd like it to. All right, so what I'm gonna do, because I don't wanna bore you and this video is gonna be forever long, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, finish up this side, do the other side, and I'll be back. We're gonna switch to this very dirty, very small #13 brush. And you don't have to use any of these brushes. You can get whatever brush you like, Amazon, Ulta, whatever. So now you're gonna use this sort of, it looks like sort of a mustardy color, but I think it's gonna be a little more orangey, but we're gonna use that in the crease right here and up just a little bit. Now, I wanna try to keep my eyes at eye level, like straight on, because you don't want to have your eyebrows up and whatever, because then you'll look and it'll be gone, or it'll be in a place that you really don't want it. So try to keep your eyes relaxed as you're doing this. And you can, when I do my transition the first time, I tap that in and then I might brush it just to kind of blend it. When I'm going in here, I will use sort of the back and forth, or windshield wiper, as they say, type of motion. And there really isn't a right or wrong way to apply your eyeshadow, as long as you are blending it very well. Because if you don't blend it out very well, you're gonna look crazy. You don't have to do 3, 4, 5 shades. You can do 1 all over your lid, or you can do, you know, like a matte shade all over and just bring it up high. Anyhow, and then maybe tap in a shimmer in the middle. You know, you don't have to do anything super extensive like this. This is just what I like to do, because makeup is my therapy, but in particular, doing eyeshadow is really my, it is my therapy. It's my art form. switch to the Sonia G. I don't know the number of this brush. It's a fairly small, fluffy brush. And we are going to go this sort of army green color. And we're going to do like this and kind of bring it up, right? I should keep my eye open, but it's kind of hard to get over the flaps and the wrinkles and all of that if you don't close it a little. All right, I'm gonna bring some of it in here because we want to angle it upwards so it gives that lifted look. So if we angle our makeup in such a way that it lifts, it does give the illusion of a more youthful look. I'm gonna do the same over here and I'll be back. Okay, so yes, we look a little crazy right now, and that's okay because makeup is a process and we need to trust the process. All right, we're gonna use this shimmer here, and it may be difficult to see, but it's got sort of a greenish, you see that? It's got sort of a greenish color to it. We're gonna tap that sort of in the center, but not all the way just yet. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna use this, what looks like a white shimmer. It's really not white. Wipe off the finger. And we're gonna put that over here. You can use a flat brush if you like. And the point of putting a lighter shade in the sort of inner part of our eyes, it opens the eyes up. It makes them, you know, more open and more bright and less old. Shoot. Okay, so there's that. And we're going to take a pencil brush, which is this bad boy right here. This is reference number 26. And this sort of chocolatey, like milk chocolatey shade. And I'm gonna dust that a little under my bottom lower lash line. Make sure you tap your brush off when you're doing under here, because you don't want that to fall down under your eyes that you have already concealed and, you know, have a bunch of eyeshadow under there that maybe make you look like you have a black eye or something, you know. Right, now, we are going to take a big, fluffy, soft brush. So it's very, very soft. I forget what type of goat hair it is, but we just want to go through and sort of blend in again and make sure this is blended really well all through the crease and above. All right, before we do our mascara and everything, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some tight lining. This is just, this is from Ruby Kisses. Like, I think it was like $1 or something, but it works very well for the upper waterline. Now, I don't usually hold my eye, but if you haven't done this before, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the pencil and sort of put it into your lash line and on the waterline under your lashes. This gives the illusion of having thicker lashes for one thing, and it just looks better. Bottom, I am going to use this ColourPop. I don't know what color it is. It's like a multi-chrome or duochrome type thing, but it's, you know, it's green. And I'm gonna kind of just go on the lower waterline here and right on the lash line, like literally right on the lash line. I'm not gonna go down under here. Now, right now, these are what I am using. My favorite mascara. So anyway, my favorite mascara is the Lancome Idol. gives beautiful length. But I don't have any right now, I ran out. So we're gonna use the Lancome Monsieur Big, or Big Monsieur, I don't know, and Haus Labs. I use 2 different mascaras, yes. One is for volume and one is for length. This one I use more for volume. That's the Lancome. And I'm gonna save you the trouble of watching me do this. I'll come back when I'm using the other one. I already did this one, and this one is still wet with the Lancome, and I'm now gonna go in with the Haus Labs just to give a little bit more length and separate them a little bit. And there you go. You don't have to do your bottom lashes. If you don't have a lot like me, or they're very light, it can be very tricky, but whatever, there's that. Now, this is very optional. If you want to put some liner on your top lid, like a liquid liner, or if you want to do a little wing, I almost always do a wing. So let's do one. Let's do one today. Fortunately, I need a new one because they're starting to get dried out. So what you want to do is start about here and just go straight out. We don't want to go up like this, just cause. And then connect that. Don't close your eyes when you do it either, because especially if you have hooded lids, you're going to end up with a mess. And you can add some here if you'd like. Yes, this is super unsanitary, but it's my eye and my saliva. So I take a little brush like this. You can use water and just go like that. Clean it up, give it a straight, just a straight side. In case you wanted to know, that was Rare Beauty liquid liner, which is my favorite. And I also had to use a little Pat McGrath because the Rare Beauty is drying up. So now we're gonna finish the face. Oh, I have 2 contours here. This one is from Maybelline, very reasonably priced. This one is from Dior, and it is not so much. Equally good, equally creamy, equally doable. So we're gonna do one side with each one. So we're gonna go kind of on the cheekbone, not really under, because we're too old for that now. Oh, I was gonna do both. Never mind. I guess we're gonna use just the Maybelline. Because, well, you know what? Dior on the nose, and we're gonna use something else on the forehead. So this is what the Dior looks like. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna run my fingers through here, and I'm just gonna go like this. Because that way you get perfect placement of your contour on your nose. When you try to use, first of all, it's a little bulky, but when you try to use something like that, it usually doesn't quite make it on there the right way, and you end up with a very odd looking contour on your nose. Now I'm just taking this, I think it's a concealer brush. It says Precision. It's from Sigma Beauty. All right, we will get to this in a moment. I'm gonna take a little bit of Patrick Ta, sort of a bronzing powder, and Patrick Ta brush, and we're gonna stamp that right over where we did our contour. Kind of like when you set your under eyes, I'm gonna set the contour. The process, it all comes together in the end. I got this off of Ivy Beauty. It's just a little cheap Kiss Professional brush, and I like to use this for my contour. And when you are blending out your contour, want to tap it in, don't rub it in like that, because what you're going to do is you're going to put a hole in your foundation, and it's just really not going to look good. And trust me, this will come together in the end. Right now I look dirty. Sort of carving out the jawline and covering up any jowl situations here or double chin type thing going on here. And then the other side. I still look crazy, I know that. We're gonna use some bronzer from YSL and another rougher brush. This is number 4. Tap off any excess and go over and set that crazy looking contour that I promise you it's gonna look better when I get done. Do a little setting under here as well. Blend it down into your neck so you don't have some crazy like line between like a darker color and a stark white color on your neck. We're gonna do the areas where the sun would normally sort of kiss our face, as it were. All right, now we're gonna use Giorgio Armani, no, it's upside down, number 53. This is the Luminous Cheek. We're gonna use both a liquid and a powder. This one is super light, so I'm gonna put that in the apples area. You have to be very careful with blush placement because it really depends on the shape of your face. If you have a more of a fuller face, you really don't want to do it here because it's going to make your face look way more full. Because I do have a rather narrow face, it works well for me. Even though it's often suggested not to go down this far with your blush when you are, you know, over 40. But you know what? That's why I said, do your own thing, do what works for you. Now we're gonna use the powder YSL blush. This is a fairly new one. And this is shade 44. Oops, very pretty, kind of a rose color. We're gonna put that up here and a little bit under the eye. I know that sounds nuts, but trust me, it's gonna look really pretty in the end. This is a blurring blush, by the way. As you can see, it does look very blurry. You can even dust off whatever's left on your brush onto your forehead to, like I said, give that sun-kissed look. This is totally a personal choice, but I happen to love highlighter. I'm pretty highlighted already and I haven't even put any on, but I'm gonna put some on now. This is Dior. This is their blush and highlighter combo. I like both, but I really love this highlighter because it's not glittery. It's just very glowy, like a very natural looking glow. But I like a glowy look. And I'm actually, my setting spray, I gotta put my powder on still, setting powder and my setting spray, the two of them are very mattifying. So it's gonna take some of that glow away. You can do your little brow bone. You wanna go just a little bit above your brows. Don't go in the center of your forehead because you're gonna look greasy. That's not where we generally, oh, here too. Wherever we would see the light hit when we turn our faces, that's where we wanna use our highlighter. We're gonna use the Cherry Blossom Cake Pink powder from Easy Bake from Huda, Easy Bake powder from Huda Beauty. We've already done our under eyes, remember, so we're going to go into the pink powder. We're going to get that excess off, and this is where we fix that weird looking shadow that we may not want, or that may have gone too far down on your face. And it also just sort of blends in the blush. I need a little more. Blends in the blush area to your face. Now we're gonna go We're not going into the eyes. We're just going to go sort of in the T-zone, and in particular, we want to go in these lines right here, because that's going to blur them out and make them look a lot less prominent. A little bit more. Oops, that was a little too much. I do not suggest baking over the age of 35 unless you have really good genes. However, you can bake like here. That is okay. We don't usually have too many wrinkles right here. Now, of course, that depends on your age. If you're in your, mid-late 60s and over, I wouldn't probably advise that. We can sit under here, it's no big deal. And again, right here, we don't want shiny right here, okay? You can see that contour is now looking more natural all the way around, and we are going to dust off this excess. This is from Rephr, but it is also handmade. Okay, so we're gonna dust all of this excess off. Right? Now, the alternative to doing that is you can get some of these meteorites. These are from Guerlain. Not gonna lie, they're pricey. This is in the shade 2, Cool Rosé. And they look like this. Oop. They look like this. They have different colors to sort of color correct in a very light way, and they also have a little bit of shimmer in them, and you can go over everything. And this is made more for mature skin, so I don't look as glowy as I did, right? I mean, I'm still glowy, but I don't look like you could see me from the moon, because we toned it down with some stuff. Okay, so I am out of my regular Until Dawn from One Size. This is the best setting spray there is. It is almost like a hairspray for your face, okay? This one is not the regular one, but it is the glitter one, so it's what I have. So I'm gonna be covered in glitter until my next face wash and shower, because it got in my hair and everything, which is fine. I'm about to color my hair again anyway. I'm gonna do red. I'm gonna do red now, like a true red. I don't know, I've never been a redhead before, so why not? So this has locked it all in, and it also is a very mattifying spray.